Hey everyone, Tony here. Hope you're doing well. If you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button. Also smash the like button. And this is of course not financial or investment advice. Let's take a look at the market here. Obviously, we've seen a pullback over the past 2 to 3 days where Bitcoin is currently sitting at $10,562, Ethereum at $290, XRP at 40 cents. So corrections and pullbacks are healthy. Obviously, there's a bit of manipulation with folks trying to short the market, but that's okay. In the short term, and not ideal, but in the long term, we are heading upwards. Every year, we continue to see new support levels are built, and each bull run, we build higher highs and higher lows. So you'll never see $100 Bitcoin again, $500 Bitcoin, and so on. So with the upcoming halving that is set for next year for Bitcoin and the current bull market that we're in, we're going to build some new price points and new support levels. So we're going to have a bit of a roller coaster ride, to the new price points, but that's okay. This is a young asset class, very volatile. As mentioned, some manipulation taking place as well, but we're going to ride the waves back up, guys, because the infrastructure is being built out for this new asset class, and the big players are getting their government approvals. Guys, Erisx, which is heavily backed by TD Ameritrade, has just gotten their approval from the Cftc for physically backed, or I should say delivered, Bitcoin futures as well as for other digital assets. So here they tweeted, our DCO license is the next step in Erisx evolution and mission to improve the digital assets space. We worked collaboratively with the CFTC to establish a clearinghouse guided by proven regulatory frameworks that protect participants and market integrity. So here's their full blog post here. The title, Erisx granted derivatives clearing organization license for physically delivered digital asset futures contracts by the US CFTC. So this is really bullish news, guys. And we just recently heard who got approved, Ledger-X. So they were the first to get approved. And who's up next? Bakkt. And Bakkt is the big player, guys, even bigger than Erisx, because they are backed by the parent company of the New York Stock Exchange. They're partnered with Starbucks in what they're trying to achieve, and allowing people to buy, trade, custody, their respective crypto with Bakkt, and also be able to spend it in Starbucks. So really big things are ahead. So that's why don't have tunnel vision with what the price is right now. Look at what's being built and where we're headed, because this is a young asset class. So Erisx today announced that the CFTC regulatory agency with jurisdiction over futures markets has granted Erisx Clearing a derivatives clearing organization license under the Commodity Exchange Act. The supplements and designated contract market license already held by Erisx Exchange since 2011. So really cool. And let me share this one quote here. I'll share the entire quote. Erisx is unique in that for our digital asset market, we have divided the trading and settlement functions using traditional DCM exchange and DCO clearing models, said Thomas Cheapest, Chief Executive Officer at Erisx. This reflects the structure that institutional investors expect from other asset classes and will help drive these markets toward greater relevance and accessibility. Big things ahead, guys. What have I been talking about for over a year? They're going to position this new asset class the same way the stock market is. That's why you need to have patience and understand what's being built. And of course, they're going to start with Bitcoin, then they're going to work their way down the list, Ethereum, XRP, and so forth. And the great thing is physically delivered, not cash settled, like traditional futures contracts, right? So they're going to need to actually have the physical Bitcoin, so to speak, the physical XRP, the physical Ethereum, and so on, guys. So big things ahead. And as I mentioned, the big investor in Erisx, when we heard about it in Q3 of last year, is TD Ameritrade. But also NASDAQ is invested in them. You have the CBOE, a whole bunch of Fidelity is also invested in Erisx. So they're going to be a big player. So Bakkt, Ledger-X, Erisx are going to compete with each other, guys. So the future is certainly bright for this market. And who else is on board? the government. The world governments are on board. The G20 meeting is, of course, happening, as you guys know, and G20 leaders reaffirm position on cryptocurrencies in a statement. They are on board, guys, and they are behind the recent Financial Action Task Force crypto rules. So they're not killing it, they're not ending it, they are regulating it because it's the new asset class. In declaration, the G20 leaders state that cryptocurrencies do not currently constitute a threat to monetary stability and that the technological innovation can deliver significant benefit to the economy. See where we're headed, guys? And they mentioned here, they reaffirmed their determination to comply with the updated Financial Action Task Force, anti-money laundering and countering terrorism for cryptocurrencies. So it's all coming together. The big money, the institutional investors are on board, but also the governments, and that's going to set everything up. Now, speaking of governments and world economies and so forth, the Bank of International Settlement chief has stated that central banks may issue digital currencies sooner than we think. This is no surprise. Everybody wants to issue their own crypto now. We even heard Goldman Sachs CEO, if I'm not mistaken, let me look it up here just to confirm for you guys, but recently made a statement that they would potentially issue their own digital currency. So this is the new disruptive technology. They're going to be forced to. And let me see here. I want to make sure I show you guys the actual facts and articles. And but one problem that we always talk about is even if these guys do this, the problem is they are just bringing digital currencies fiat currencies problems in a digital format. So you still need something to create what's called interoperability, which is what the folks at Ripple have been preaching. We all know that. I think I had retweeted here. I just want to make sure I show it to you guys. So, I'm not lying to you or making this up or pulling this out of the air. So let me try to find it here for you guys. I believe. And if you're not following me on Twitter, guys, please be sure to hit to follow me. It doesn't cost you anything. I really appreciate the support. But here's the article I was talking about. So Goldman Sachs looking to potentially, or the potential of creating a virtual currency, CEO reveals. So everyone is trying to adopt this blockchain crypto technology and build their own. We know Facebook is, of course, doing their thing. So it would be no surprise that central banks are looking to do this. Now, who's working with the Bank of International Settlements? Ripple. And once again, if every central bank creates their own token, it's the same problem, right, with the same fiats. So you need a bridge asset, something that would bring interoperability. What is that bridge asset? XRP. Think about it. So everyone is on board, guys, and as Facebook is looking to be more aggressive too, we got news here. They're looking to apply for their New York BIT license. As many of you know, any type of financial services, crypto exchange, whatever it is, needs a BIT license to operate in New York. Probably because New York is the financial capital. It's super regulated with Wall Street being there. So, Facebook's looking to do their thing. Bakkt had filed for theirs not too long ago. We saw Robinhood got approved and many others. So, guys, it's amazing to see all of these things come to fruition, the infrastructure being built. So what do you think about the news, guys? Do you think Bakkt will get their approval soon? I believe so. Maybe in another month's time. It could be next week. Look how fast we saw the Erisx news versus the LedgerX, right? From just last week, guys. So I think that will be big, man. It'll be a huge catalyst, and I think the market will continue to get more bullish. And remember, these big players, they're going to cater to institutional investors, but they're also going to market the hell out of this asset class and their services, and some of that will be targeted to retail investors. So the FOMO is going to come back in. Remember, patience is the game here. Markets move in cycles, and because we're so early, we got to let the infrastructure be built out, right? Remember, Amazon and Google didn't become successes overnight. It took years, obviously. Now, I believe this asset class will move much faster because we are obviously more advanced than we were in the 90s. Internet's faster computers, information flows faster, right? Things move very fast now. So it's not going to take 10 plus years for crypto to be established. The establishment is taking place right now, slowly but surely. So what do you guys think? Leave your thoughts and comments below. Thumbs up if you like this video. Please subscribe if you haven't already. Don't forget to follow me on Facebook and Twitter and Instagram and so forth. Links in the description. Please follow me. I would really appreciate it. Once again, it doesn't cost you anything. Help support the channel in spreading the facts, the news. I would really appreciate it if you guys follow me on Twitter and Facebook. Thank you for your support, and I'll talk to you all later.